Hello.
There you are. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello.
It's nice and
Oh,
daylight there.
it's so strange to see myself on.
Technology, you gotta love it, you know. It's a
Yeah,
great way for us to communicate.
yeah. Oh, okay, okay.
So, so let's talk. Um, so tell me
Yeah,
how you heard about me or how this all came about.
Robert, 1 minute. Before I saw something, we only have 40 minutes or something.
We could take longer. I mean, you have 40 minutes. I probably because you have the Zoom call, the free version is 40 minutes, but
Yes, yes,
I
I think it's that.
yeah, I have unlimited on my end, but that's okay. We could always call back and do
Because,
more if we need to.
in Europe, they don't use many Zoom, maybe professionals, they use the Zoom, but we use WhatsApp, it's very easy, the app. And then I
Yeah.
don't know in America if they use WhatsApp or something or not.
Yeah, we use that, but I mean, for the purpose of this call, it's good to have that we can see each other. That's important.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, because there's more going on than just talking. There's an energetic exchange going on, and seeing each other and communicating. We want to get the full experience of the communication.
Okay, okay. But okay, the topic, I understand English quite good, but sometimes the how you say this in English about this topic, when it goes deep, it's sometimes it's hard for understand.
Yeah, no problem. This will be a very easy call. I'll make it really simple for you and easy. Sometimes the mind likes to come in, our thoughts like to come in and complicate what this is. And really,
Yes,
it's
yes,
just
yes.
yeah, it's a lot simpler than a lot of people think on what it is. It's just that we get it in our minds, and our thoughts
Yeah,
are
yeah.
telling us, that it's complicated, that this is what it is.
Okay, okay. I just saw your latest video. I think it's with your daughter or something, your book.
Oh yes, yes, that's Madison. Yeah, she's my daughter. I just came out with a new book. Yeah, this
Yeah,
one
yeah,
here,
yeah.
Infinite Being. This is a one that's just came out. It'll be coming out. Actually, it'll go live probably tomorrow. Actually, is what Amazon told me. So, and then the first one I came out with was this one here, Awakening to Effortless Being. This one's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
out since December, doing really well, getting a lot of good feedback from people. People have been contacting me through there, and some people realizing their true nature.
By reading the book, they realize it.
Sometimes it's just a phrase. Like I'll tell you my story. David Bingham was in the book The Greatest Secret.
Yes,
You heard
yes.
of
I
that
have
book
the
by
book
Rhonda
open a
Byrne?
little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I
So he
just
was.
listen a little bit
You
from
listened to it?
Rhonda again, but yeah,
Mhm.
she say, "Oh, you have to manifest things," but yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
complicated.
was the first book she came out with was The Secret. So the next book she came out with was The Greatest Secret.
Yes,
And
I have that.
and that book gets more into pointing you to what your true nature is. So in that book, you have a lot of teachers in there pointing you to for you to realize in your own direct experience what your true nature is, what you really are.
Yeah, I've read so many books about this topic, but
Yeah, sometimes we get the intellectual knowledge, but for me, what happened was when David Bingham said, and I listened to the audiobook, there's an audiobook version, and when he said in there, you are the infinite being having a human experience. What he was taught when he said that, there was like a shift in me or something. Everything started to make sense to me because previous to that, I had thought I was this separate person called Rob, with this story, and it was basically just a string of thoughts, that were telling me that I was separate, that I was a separate person, Rob. I had this story. I went to school here. I have this job. I play this role as a dad, this role as a father, a husband, whatever it is. And I believe that I was limited and that I was just this body. And I believe that I was my thoughts. But when he said, you are the infinite being having a human experience, something became clear. I had clarity there. Everything became clear. I realized that I wasn't this Rob with this story, these thoughts, that I was the infinite being, and I've always been this infinite being. And basically, what I mean by infinite being is just pointing in your own experience to what you are. And so I saw for myself, like, yeah, like, because I started to say, this sense of existence that's here, this sense of existence that I know, you know, that feeling that you're aware, that you're alive. Do you know this experience I'm talking about? Like when you ask yourself, do you realize that you exist, that you're here? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. I just started with the TM meditation near my home. You have some teachers. She's an old lady. Uh, what she says, she says to me, you have to work on that. It's the from the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi tradition.
Hmm.
Um, the successor from Maharishi is Dr. Tony Nader. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but yeah, I know there's a lot of teachers out there and that are pointing to what this is. But sometimes when we involve ourselves in all of these teachings and these thoughts, it really is a lot simpler than that. And that's what I'm trying to do with you now. I want you to be able to realize it for yourself, what this is. What is it that they're pointing to? And it's not just the intellectual knowledge, but I want you to be able to experience it and see it for yourself. And the way that we do that is just by, if you just drop everything that you believe about yourself, all your thoughts that you think about what you are, if you just let all of that go, everything that you believe, all your thoughts, and just become right here, right now in this present moment, and ask yourself, what's really here right now? What do I know for sure? So when I say that to you, do you have any thoughts that are coming up?
Uh, what do you mean by uh, so say it again, please,
Yeah, so like
your
if you
last.
just drop all your thoughts right now, everything that you believe
Yeah.
about yourself, and you just become right here, right now, become present to the moment, just be here with me right now. Let the thoughts go and just become clear. Drop everything and just be right here. Now, when you settle and you're right here, right now, are there any thoughts that are coming up?
Yeah, I have this physical pains in my body. It's in my cheeks. I think it's the English word. Um, because I think many think from thinking my doctor. She's also a homeopathic doctor.
Mhm.
He says because you too much in your mind. You have
Mhm.
anxiety, depression.
So that's
I don't
good.
know.
That's good that you're aware of that, though. So you're aware of your thoughts. That's good. So that's a thought that just came up right here, right now.
Yes, yes,
This
I'm aware
thought,
of,
these thoughts are
but
coming up, right?
how to stop them?
That which is aware of the thoughts. So you're aware of the thoughts. You're not the thoughts. You're that which is aware of the thoughts. Do you realize that?
Uh, y- yeah, I can. I told you before I can understand this intellectually,
Mhm.
but I cannot feel it.
See, that's another thought. You just had a thought that I can understand this intellectually. That's just a thought. But are you a thought? Can thoughts feel?
No.
And is Rob like me? My name's Rob. Is Rob a thought?
Um,
And your
is
name is
Rob?
what? How do you say your name? Garrett? Garrett?
Yeah, Geert.
Yeah. Is Garrett? Are you a thought?
Uh, that's a good question. What am I?
I mean, when you look around, what am I? It's just this, right? And we have these thoughts that are coming up in our space of consciousness. These thoughts are innocently coming up all by themselves. They're just coming up. And for some reason, what you're doing is you're personalizing those thoughts and saying that thought, that applies to me. But when I say to you that it's just the thought, because you're that which is aware of the thought, right? You're the awareness that's aware of it. You're not the thought. So some space should open up and you should see that that thought is not you. It's just arising in this space of awareness that you are. So it's just a case of mistaken identity. You've just mistaken that you thought that those thoughts saying that, my body isn't well or I'm sick, or those thoughts that you're having, the thoughts are there, but you're applying them to you. So all I'm asking you to do is to say, what am
but
I
but
in this reality? Am I the thought or am I that which is aware of the thought? And then from that space, watch how things change.
but that doesn't take away the pain.
That's another thought.
Okay.
That's another thought that's arising in this space of consciousness that you are. The consciousness is impersonal. It's not personal. It's not Rob. It's not Garrett. It's not that. That's just a thought. Even Garrett's just a string of thoughts that have arisen. The whole time you've been remaining as the pristine infinite being, the space of awareness, the consciousness, this space, and these thoughts are innocently arising in this space. They come and they go. They come and they go. Anything that comes and goes can't be you, because there's only the coming and the going and the permanent. You're the permanent space. You're just identifying with those thoughts, saying, "Oh, that applies to Rob," or that applies to Garrett. And that's not what's going on. That you're doing that.
Yeah, I understand, but
When you say,
why?
let me ask you a question. When you say "I understand," who's the "I" that you're referring to?
Um, okay, I know, but I know what you're trying to say. It's not my body and etc. But okay, it's I know we are pure consciousness, but why
You
I
know, yeah, you know
why I
that
don't feel that?
because you only know it intellectually. You only know it through the mind, through the thoughts.
Yes.
You don't know it experientially. You're not experiencing that. And that's what I'm trying to get you to do now. If you would just pause for a minute, pause your thoughts, because you have the ability, you can pause all your thoughts, you can drop all your beliefs, you can let them all go. And I'm just inviting you right now, I'm giving you an invitation to just be right here, right now, and to drop everything and just be right here. Be right here in the silence. Can you do that? Can you just bring your attention right here, right now, and just rest in the silence?
Oh, that's my problem also.
That's another thought.
That's my problem also.
And that's another thought. They're just thoughts that are coming and going. And what you're doing is you're taking those thoughts and you're saying that applies to me. Instead of just resting as to what you truly are, the perfume of peace that is right here in the background, that's noticing everything.
What? Oh, I've listened so many videos about this, but
That's another thought. You see what I'm saying? Like you keep going to the mind to try to figure this out. There's nothing to figure out. It's okay for the thoughts to be there. We don't have to analyze the thoughts. We can just let them be there in peace, and we can just rest in this present moment. We can rest right here, right now, and just be here. We could just be the space where everything comes and goes, where the thoughts come, where the body sensations, where the pain, all of that that the mind's labeling, we can just let it all be here. It's okay for it to be here. You'll find when you let it be here and you don't resist it, because what you resist persists. If you can just give some space around it and just let it be, just be with it, be the beingness that's there with it. And just instead of being in your head, just come down and rest in your heart and just be right here, right now. Be with it. Welcome it. Let them all come. Don't resist anything. Let everything come. Let it all come, 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 come. Now what? Right here, right now, is there anything wrong? Like if you really stop without going to your mind, going to the thoughts, if you just right here, right now, look around, like what's really the problem? Yep, you went to the
Yeah.
mind. I saw you went you went up to the mind. Instead of just resting right here, you went to your thoughts. I could see that the shift in your body and your momentum went. I could feel your energy go back up to your head and to your mind to think about this instead of just resting as the presence, as the infinite awareness that you are, the pristine infinite being of space of consciousness that you are. The thoughts are just coming and going. They're innocent. They're being piped in. What people don't tell us is that when we're born, we're hooked up to this body, mind, this body and these thoughts, and the thoughts are just being piped in to this space of beingness, this space of consciousness that we are. People don't tell us that, but that's the truth. And when you know that, then you no longer take these thoughts that are coming as a personal, separate person called Rob. You see through it and you say, they're just innocent thoughts that are coming by. You're kind of like the sky. I'm sure you heard of this. You're like the sky, and then the clouds are just floating by. So you don't need to control the clouds. You can just let them float by in peace.
Yeah. That's what I'm. That's why I started uh, the meditation.
Hmm.
She said to me, it it could help me.
Hmm.
I have to say a mantra inside my
Hmm.
head
Hmm.
2 times a day for 20 minutes.
Hmm.
Um, so I started two
Does that
weeks
help?
ago.
Does it help?
Some sometimes it makes me when I do it. Sometimes I feel very tired, but she says to me that's normal in the beginning. Uh, but you have to do it for a while. She said to me.
Hmm.
I don't know if this will work or not.
I think deep down, your intuition knows. It knows whether it's going to work or not. The fact that you're questioning it means that you're still seeking, you're still looking for something more. You haven't found
Yeah,
the
yeah.
you haven't found the perfume of peace, the permanent peace that's
Yes,
always.
I want that.
Mhm.
That's what I told her also. I want. She say, why do you come to me? I say because I want the inner peace.
Mhm.
But and then she said, yeah, you have to work for that.
That's not true. What is it that's saying that I want this peace? That which is saying I want this peace, that's what you're looking for. That's the peace that's already there. That peace that's saying it, you already are at peace. That which is looking is it, is what you're looking for. That sense of existence, that one that is searching is it. You're searching for yourself. So instead of going out there, turn around, go inside, this is it. This is what you've been looking for. That one. And that one's okay.
Yeah. Oh, why doesn't it click for me?
It's because somebody who's self-realized, the only difference between someone who is self-realizes their true nature and someone who doesn't, the only difference is the one that's self-realized just doesn't believe the thoughts that are coming that are saying that they're not self-realized. That's the only difference. If you were in this moment realize that you are already whole and complete, and that the thoughts are not real and they don't apply to you in that sense. They're not real in the sense that they don't apply to you. And you just didn't really care what the mind was saying. You're like, whatever. If you really felt that way or knew that for yourself, you'd be at peace right now.
Yeah, that's true. But why?
You want to try it? Let's try it. Let's try to be at peace right now and see what happens. All right. So we're going to go from the standpoint is that you're already the infinite being, you're already self-realized, you're already at peace. Ready? Go.
Oh, I can't stop thinking. I'm thinking now why I don't feel it. I don't know. Are you still there? I don't know.
Yeah. I love your response when we were in the silence because the silence can heal. The silence is the peace because you are the silence. And the silence can heal you. It's a perfume of peace that heals. And I love when you said, when we were in the peace, you said, I don't know. And that was the perfect answer. It's okay to not know. There's happiness in not knowing. There's happiness abiding in the space of not knowing. It's okay. It's peaceful.
I also have to. It's a little bit difficult because I have to switch in my mind to Dutch. What you are telling me,
Mhm.
if you understand.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um, I have to switch it to Dutch about the awareness thing and everything.
Yes.
Um, yeah,
Is the experience of silence the same in Dutch as it is in English?
yeah. The experience.
This is all I'm pointing to is silence. That's all I'm pointing to. That's all I'm asking you to do is just to be in the silence.
Yes, that's why I picked up the meditation. I have to do 20 minutes and say the mantra inside my head
Now that's
for.
again, that's your mind telling you that. That's the thoughts that are telling you that. What I'm asking you to do is just to be in the silence, just to be. Can you just be? Like, what's really wrong with the silence? For some reason, there's some resistance to just resting in the
Yes,
silence. Why? What's
yes,
wrong?
yes.
What's wrong with the silence? What's wrong with it?
I know, but
I'm
why?
asking you, what's wrong with the silence right now? What's wrong with it? Why can't we stay there in silence?
Um, that's a good question because I don't know. The thoughts keep coming. I
That's
want my
okay.
mind to shut. I
Can't
want my mind to shut
why
up. But
yeah, why can't we let the thoughts stay there? Why can't we let the thoughts be there? Why are they a problem?
but if there are thoughts, there's no silence.
It's okay. Because the thoughts are coming into the silence, right? And then they're dissolving, they're evaporating, they're going away. They melt into the silence. So the thoughts are coming into this space of silence that you're the silence. And the thoughts come and they melt, poof, and evaporate and disappear. Because those thoughts that you had earlier on the call, they're no longer here. They were here, they made a visit, and they left. But you're still here. The real you's still here. The consciousness is still here. The silence is still here. The silence ain't going anywhere. It's right here. But everything else is coming and going. The thoughts come and go. The beliefs come and go. But what you truly are is the peaceful silence.
Eh, ah,
Be easy about it. Be easy about it. Be okay with the thoughts being there. Be easy on yourself. You already are self. Like when I look at you right now, I already know that you're self-realized. I view you as the infinite being. I can't see you any other way. I don't see you in your sickness. I see you in your health. I see you in your happiness. I see you in your joy because I know what you truly are. I know that these thoughts that you're having, they're okay to be there and that they don't apply to you, the real you. And that for some reason you're believing these thoughts and you're personalizing them for whatever reason. There's a reason why you're doing it. I don't know, maybe it's like for entertainment or for a game, or there's some kind of reason why you're holding on to these thoughts or this belief that you're your thoughts. But I'm just getting you to point to what you truly are is you're already at peace if you can just identify with the silence and be okay to be in silence and be okay with the thoughts.
but if I go back to my earlier life, I had many problems in life from 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 a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, at school, how
But
you
again, like before we go any further, where are you getting this story from? Like who is that applying to? Who does that story apply to? Because that's not the real you that you're telling me. You're telling me this story about Garrett, or I'm telling you a
yeah.
story about Rob. These are all stories. These are all words. These are all just thoughts. Thoughts can't feel. These are just thoughts. Rob doesn't even exist. Garrett doesn't even exist. It's just a
But
string of thoughts that we made up.
okay, but
The thoughts are
if,
real.
if if we don't exist, do if we don't okay, it's why do I see your body?
Mhm,
Why do I see my body?
mhm. Yeah,
Why are we born with a body?
great question.
If we
Great question. So there is still this sense of existence that's here. There's still seeing, smelling, tasting, hearing, touching, the five senses.
yeah,
That's all here. We are experiencing that as the infinite being, not as Rob, not as Garrett. We're experiencing, it was just that you mislabeled it. It's a case of mistaken identity. This sense of presence, this sense of awareness, this sense of aliveness, this sense of consciousness, that's what you are. You just put a name over it with a story and with thoughts saying that, I'm sick, I don't feel good, I had all these problems when I was growing up. Those are all thoughts and stories. That's not real. It's just innocent thoughts and a story that you made up, like a movie. What's real is what's right here, right now. This is real. This is the true reality, right here, right now. There's only the ever present now. There's no past and present. Everything's taking place now. Any thoughts that you had about the past, you're remembering them now. So everything's happening in the now, and you are the now. You're the
but
now
okay,
where the thoughts come and go.
but if you say there's only the now,
Mhm,
there's no past, no.
mhm,
But if you look in nature, you have the seasons.
mhm.
The leaves fall down
Yeah.
in a particular season.
When are you experiencing that?
So there is a kind of time.
Yeah, there's clock time, clock, 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 tick, tick, clock time. But
But
When
the
are you
seasons
when are you
don't follow the clock.
yeah, when are you experiencing the seasons? When do you experience it? Do you experience it now?
Yeah, at that time. Yeah,
Which is,
okay.
and at that time is when? The time is,
Yeah, that's now. Okay, I understand that.
yeah, so you're experiencing everything in the now, in the present moment. You don't experience it. Everything else is in the head and the thoughts. Like you're thinking about, oh, I'm going to go here in the future, or I had this story in the past, but everything is happening in the now.
Yeah, yeah, that's. I've read the book from Eckhart Tolle also, but
Mhm.
I have to put it aside because it's difficult for to understand what he is trying to say.
Yeah. Basically, what he's saying is just forget everything that the mind's telling you and just rest in the silence. That's the summary of Eckhart Tolle's book.
But why? A few days ago, I saw an interview with Eckhart Tolle.
Mhm.
He had a kind of cancer. He self-realized that, but still is sickness coming.
Mhm.
Why is that?
Well, we still have a body that we use in this world, and we know that the body is limited, and the body can get sick, and the body does get sick, and the body can die. But that which you are, the infinite consciousness, the beingness that you are, can that beingness get sick?
No,
Can
I
it?
guess not.
Yeah, so you knew that automatically. I didn't even have to ask you. You already knew. Can it die? Can the
No,
consciousness die?
no, it cannot die. But
There you go. So that's what
but
you
how
are.
can
You're
I?
that. You're that. You are that.
But how can? How?
Now let me ask you this. If there's a body and there's consciousness and you had to get rid of one of them, which one would you get rid of? The body or consciousness? You have to get rid of one. Which one would it be?
Uh, the body, I would say,
Why'd you say that?
because it's most of the time it's problems and misery and etc.
Not only that, but if you don't have consciousness, if there's just a body here and there's no consciousness, it's not alive. So you have to have consciousness.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
yeah,
Okay.
so consciousness is the most important. So even when the body's here and it's traveling around, moving around, doing its little thing in this space of consciousness that you are, it's doing its thing. And then eventually it just drops. But what remains is the consciousness. And you're this. So once you can
But
see that you're the consciousness, you're not the body or the thoughts that are floating around here. You're not the thoughts or the body that's floating
okay,
around. Those are coming and going, but you always remain as this
okay.
base of
But
consciousness.
you yourself, uh, do you experience yourself as pure consciousness, or do
What it,
you?
what is the experience of pure consciousness?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know.
You
All
do
the
know.
books talk about.
It's just this,
All the
whatever
books talk
this
about
is,
it,
whatever
but
this is, whatever this is, whatever you're experiencing, your direct experience, whatever you're experiencing right now, that's it. That's what it is. That's experiencing consciousness. There's nothing more. It's just it's you're looking for something more, but it's not. It's just turn around. That which is asking all of this, turn around. That's it. That's what you're looking for. That is it. It's that simple. It's just this consciousness, this space, this experience. That's it. What's left to
Ah,
say? What's left to say? But that which is looking out and asking it, just turn it around and bring the attention back. And it's just consciousness being conscious that it's conscious. So it's consciousness being conscious of consciousness, or awareness being aware that it's conscious. And that's bliss. Bliss automatically arises. And that's what happiness is. Happiness is just bliss it's just consciousness being aware, or awareness being conscious. It's just that. You're already doing that now. You just don't
But
realize it. That
yes,
you don't realize it. That's what that which is searching, that which is looking out of these eyes and that eyes is impersonal. And that's it. That's what you're looking for. You are that, you're whole, you're complete. You already said it can't get sick, can't die, it doesn't get depressed. That's the true you. This body is just a mechanism that's floating around here in this space of consciousness that comes and go, almost like you're the screen and that's a projector that's going around doing its thing, having life experiences. Those experiences are coming and going. The body is coming and going. The sensations in the body are coming up into this space of beingness. They come and they go. They're impersonal, though. They're innocent thoughts being piped in and trying to get you to believe the thoughts. But now that you know that the thoughts are just trying to get you to believe them, you don't have to believe them. You're empowered now to let them go and to rest in the silence.
I understand it,
Isn't the silence beautiful? Isn't the silence enough?
but I don't feel the silence.
You are the silence.
Ah,
There's
it's
nothing
so
to
hard.
figure out. It's all just happening and all is well. There's nothing serious going on.
I'm thinking.
That's the problem. We go to our
Yes, I'm
thoughts and we
thinking what
think.
you try to say to me about the awareness and all the things, and
Mhm.
so, and if this body dies one day, or then what then that there comes another body, or what's the meaning of this all?
I don't know, and I'm okay with not knowing. Aren't you? What's wrong with the silence? What's wrong with not knowing? It's okay not to know, isn't it? It's kind of a happiness in not knowing. Everything's being taken care of for us, infinite being with infinite love. Everything's lovingly been taking care of us this whole time. It's always this that's just been happening the whole time, and all is well.
But if you say that all is well,
Mhm.
look around.
Why?
I don't, okay.
What's wrong with just staying right here in the silence? Why do I have to look around? Who's telling me that I have to look around? Like, I don't believe just because the mind's telling me I got to look around, I have to listen to it. Like it's my boss. The thoughts are my boss. The thoughts aren't my boss. I'm the boss. I'm the infinite being. You're the infinite being. You don't have to listen to your. Think of thoughts as like invitations to a party. Like there's going to be thoughts that come to say, "Hey, do you want to come to the suffering party and believe that I'm sick? Hey, here's a thought. You want to come to the depression party, believe I'm depressed? Hey, here's a thought. You want to come to the fun party? You want to come to the joyful party?" You get to decide which thoughts you want to entertain. It's like an energy game. You can give your energy to the thoughts that you want. Why not rest as effortless being? It takes no effort just to be, and
But
it's effortless.
why are we? I don't know in America, but in Europe we are confronted with the
Mhm.
war, Ukraine, and the prices go up. Everything.
Mhm. Do you believe that story?
If I go to the shop, I see the prices go up.
Mhm. Yeah. And why is that a problem? If you're the infinite being, you're the impersonal beingness, the space where everything is coming and going, then why is that a problem? It can be there. Why can't it be there? Why do we got to control what's happening? Why can't we just allow it to happen and let go and let God, or just trust infinite intelligence to handle
Okay,
it?
that you say let God.
Let go or let
So
God, let the universe or infinite being, or
it's
these are
the
all
will of
pointers. Hmm.
it's the will of the universe that this all happens.
Hmm. Yeah.
So you're also saying then there's a creator, or
Well, I don't know what you
how
want
you
to call it. I hate to use the word God or creator because some people there's a lot of connotations that go along with that and a lot of
okay,
deep
okay.
held beliefs. You want to say, that's why I always say like infinite being or effortless being, or we can just say happy. It's another word for happiness. I like to point people to happiness because if you point to happiness, that's something everybody can relate to or understands, that this feeling of feeling whole and complete and healed and well and abundant and joyful, that's what happiness is. And when you're conscious and you know what you are, when consciousness is conscious of consciousness, in other words, consciousness knows that it's conscious, that's where happiness is. That is what happiness is. Happiness is consciousness being conscious that it's conscious. That's happiness. And when the thoughts come in after that and want to make a problem out of it, but you don't have to listen to that. You can be at peace and just know that consciousness is conscious of itself and that it's happy and it's joyful, it's whole, it's complete, it doesn't need anything. It rests right here in the silence. Can't all of the thoughts disappear and melt into the silence? Can't Rob and Gerhardt, can't we all just melt into this silence and just be with whatever is and not have to control anything? To let go and trust that all is well, that infinite intelligence, that infinite love is taking care of everything, that the infinite being, infinite intelligence, infinite love takes care of it all, that it's all unfolding just the way that it should for the higher good.
Okay, if you say that
Mhm.
infinite love, so I can say, how do it's maybe I have to infinite consciousness. I have to wait for it gives me the permission to be self-realized. Maybe it's not my time yet or something. I don't
That's
know.
another, yeah, see, that's another thought because the mind wants you to believe that you're a separate person, that you're Rob with this story or fill in your name with this story. It wants you to believe that. It's up to you whether you want to believe it. It doesn't feel good to believe it. Like, doesn't feel like it's the truth. The truth is, and you got to know this for yourself in your own experience, that you're not the body and you're not the thoughts. You have to see that you're the consciousness. Just like we talked about before. If there's the consciousness here and the body here, and one has to leave, you want to keep the consciousness because you know that's what you are. You can't help but be that. We're all remaining as the infinite being, as infinite consciousness. We can't be anything else than that. It's impossible because that's what we are. And the way to test that in your own experience is, can you stop existing right now? Try it.
No, you can't do that.
That's what you are. That's your true nature. You're the existence. Everything else, we don't know. Can't you go with that and then just rest in the silence and trust everything's working out for the higher good and everything's fine? Can you rest with that? Is that okay?
Yeah, there's no other choice.
There is no other choice. So then let's just rest in that. Are we okay with that? Wayne, what's wrong with the silence? It's beautiful, isn't it? It's very peaceful here. Your true nature is peaceful. Leave the thoughts alone. Pay them no mind. Let them go. They'll calm down. They'll calm down after
but
a while. It'll get easier.
okay, okay.
They'll get
But
easier.
for example, maybe tomorrow you go out somewhere and you break your leg.
Mhm.
What What do you do?
Yeah, the mind likes to scare us with thoughts like that. Well, I mean, let's see.
Okay.
If you go out, you break your leg, ow, you feel pain. That passes. You may go to a hospital. They may put a cast on it, and then you get better, and then you move
But
on.
but why? But why does this happen?
Why not?
It has to do with karma or something? No.
It's just because there's infinite possibilities because we're the infinite being. We can be, do, or have anything we want. We can have any experience that we want to have.
Okay, so you're saying you can control your okay between your future life.
Um, Not that we control, we want to let go of the control and let the effortless being do it for us. And the way that you do that is by letting it all go and trusting and becoming effortless. And so now you're aligning with your true nature and you're letting infinite being or effortless being do it all for you. Instead of you trying to control it, let effortless being control it. It'll always make
Okay.
the
So
manifestation
so
way better than what you can do personally.
so effortless being
Mhm.
has a plan for you.
Effortless being is infinite love. It's just infinite, it's you allowing infinite intelligence to do it all. Trusting that, if you want to say plan, I don't know what you mean by the word plan, but it's just letting it go and not knowing what the plan is and being okay and trusting and allowing whatever happens to happen without and knowing that whatever's happening is for my highest good. That infinite intelligence and infinite love is taking care of everything for me. And when you align with that, then you allow infinite intelligence or infinite love to take care of you. And it's been doing that the whole time anyway. This whole time you've been taken care of.
Yeah, okay. I want to say I want to tell you something. My sis, she suicide herself.
Hmm.
Uh, so that was effortless being doing this to her. Or I don't know.
No, no, not at all. That's just something that anything can arise in this space of beingness. Anything at all. Any experience, we can go all the way down to suicides, depression, anxiety, sickness, or you can go higher on the emotional scale. You can experience things like love, joy, peace, contentment, all of these things you can experience. You have that full range of life
But how?
experiences that you can
But
experience. And so, infant
but
intelligence,
I
yeah,
cannot control that.
right, you can't. That's why you let go and let God, or you let go and let the universe, or you let go and let infinite being or effortless being, whatever you want to call it, you let that take care of it. Because think about this, the infinite being is looking out through these eyes, through yours and mine, and that
Okay.
infinite being can't be touched by anything happening in the manifestation. Are you familiar with the koshas? This may help. Are you familiar with the koshas, the five bodies?
Yeah, I've read about it in Dutch books. You mean the etherical bodies and so on?
Yeah, let me just go over it real quick. Basically, so right now in this moment, everyone remains as the attributeless infinite being, the silence, the the pure peaceful silence, the space of consciousness. We all remain as that whole complete beingness. Beingness. We're all that right now. And then this beingness can peer out into the body of bliss. And that's just where consciousness is aware of itself. And that's when bliss arises, like extreme joy, bliss. It's just experiencing the bliss. Then the next body is effortless being or infinite intelligence, the body of wisdom or effortless being. That's where you're experiencing the infinite being is peering through that body and it's experiencing all of the images, all of the thoughts, all of the body sensations are arising equally and effortlessly in this space of beingness that you are. So it's just looking out, like peering like through a filter, like peering out and having that experience. Um, Up to this point, this is all unity consciousness. You're experiencing everything as one. Then from that body, what happens is you go into the the mental body. Now that's where duality comes into place. Now you've separated yourself and pretending that you're this separate person with these thoughts and these history. And so the infinite being is peering out, and now it's having an experience of a thought. It believes that thoughts are real, and the thoughts are having thoughts, and they're having all of this experience. And it's the infinite being that's peering out, noticing all of this, watching all of this light display or this movie go on, but it's never touched by it, even though the infinite being is peering through and having the experience of it, it never gets hurt by it because it's just noticing it, because it's the infinite being peering through and watching it. It's not actually affected by it. So that's the mental world. And then from the mental body, you go into the emotional body, and that's where you have all of your emotions, joy, peace, could be depression, anxiety, or the higher ones. You have the full range of emotions in duality. And where suffering comes in is in the mental body and in the emotional body, because the infinite being is now identifying with being a limited self of just being a body or just being a mind or just being the thoughts. It thinks that it's just that. And so it's pretending to be that. It's looking out through and pretending to be that. But it's actually never that. It's always the pristine infinite being that's never touched or never hurt or never harmed by anything going on. It's just noticing it. That's all that's going on. It's just peering into these different bodies. But the whole time you're remaining as the pristine infinite being, just, having peering through and having that particular life experience. So then after the emotional body is the food body or the physical body that moves around in this space of beingness and has these different experiences. And then the food body eventually drops off and, it disintegrates or goes back to the ground or whatever. You lose the body, but the pristine consciousness, the infinite being, is always here and always will be. It's always just sitting right here, but it's just peering through all those different things. And even though it's having these dualistic experiences, it's never harmed or touched by anything that's happening in here. So it's just consciousness taking on different forms, but it's all still the same consciousness. It's just taking on different forms, but nothing's getting hurt. I don't know if that helps.
Yes, yes, I've heard it from David Bingham also, but um, sometimes I heard David talks about the demiurge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how do I say this? You think there's a realm where some demons, I don't know how to call it,
Yeah, the demiurge is
can
basically all that
get
is just.
influence out.
Yeah, Demiurge is like half creator. It's like so it's infinite intelligence, but it doesn't have the love part, doesn't have the infinite love. When you go into the world of duality, you have infinite intelligence, but you notice that you don't have the infinite love, the unconditional love permeating the dualistic world. There's personal love and there is some love, but it's personal, a lot of it's conditional love. But the Demiurge is just an energy game. The Demiurge wants you to stay in the world of duality because that's how it survives. But what happens is when the infinite being is peering off into the world of duality, you're using your energy, because our true nature is effortless being, everything being taken care of for us. We're relaxed in this peaceful state, all is well. But when you get into the world of duality, it takes a lot of energy, wouldn't you say? It takes a lot of energy to be a separate person and to have all of these negative or I shouldn't say, all these life experiences that the mind labels negative. It takes a lot of energy, to be able to go through that. But if we can just rest as the infinite being and see through the demiurge that it's just a game, that what it's trying to do is to get us to identify with being a separate person, to take our energy. And when it takes our energy, that's when suffering can happen and different things can happen. But
So
if we,
how do you resist the demiurge?
by seeing through it, just by knowing it, you're free. Freedom, I would say that self-realization and the freedom is there once you know it. Once you know it, you're free from it. It's those that don't know it that are caught up in it. Those are the ones that are suffering because they don't know any better. But now you know, so you can see it. So now that you know it, you're free from it. You're free. Congratulations.
But Okay, but here, if I put on the TV and then the news, it's all the time bad news. I see
Mhm.
people in my street. Oh, this happened in there in Ukraine now.
You like that
With
channel?
No, I don't like it. But
Change it.
why
Change
I'm
the channel. Change the. You have you're the infinite being. You can change the channel. Change the channel. Change it to the happy channel. The comedy channel is probably
okay.
better. Go to
Yeah,
the
of course.
comedy channel. You can do that. All you have to do is click the button to the next channel. It's you get to decide what you want to give your attention to, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, but if I have to go to the shop, buy some food or take some gas, I
Mhm.
see, oh, I see the prices going up again. What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't tune to that. Like if I was going to the gas station and like I'm not thinking about the prices being high. I'm thinking I'm the infinite being. I can be, do, and have anything I want. Life's abundant. Life's good. Infinite intelligence, infinite love's taking care of everything. I
Okay,
see
so you think like
everybody.
that.
I see everybody healthy. I see everybody as the infinite being. I see them all whole and complete. I don't see any problems. I see them all as well. I know that this is just a game they're playing. I know this is just like a dreamlike world. I know it's just like a movie that's playing. And so once you know, it's kind of like my mom and dad used to teach me about Santa Claus. Are you familiar with Santa Claus?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they used to tell me that Santa Claus was real and they would bring these gifts and I would believe them all the time. But later when I got older, I found out that Santa Claus wasn't real anymore.
Mm.
And now when somebody tells me Santa Claus is going to bring the presents, I kind of just laugh and chuckle to myself. I know it's not real, so I don't get upset about it. You know, it's just like I can see through it. It's the same way when these thoughts are coming, they're like Santa Claus thoughts because I know the thoughts aren't real. The gig is up, the gig is up. I know the truth now. So those thoughts don't have the same impact on me. It's kind of like if somebody out of the blue called you up on the phone right now and said, um, "Hey Rob, I hate your guts," and they hung up the phone. How
I
much
hate you.
how much is that going to affect me? I'm going to be like, okay, it's just some stranger calling me up on the phone. It's not like anybody I know. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'll be like, whatever. If somebody called you up on the phone right now and said, I can't stand you, you're not good enough,
Okay,
and
okay.
all that, and they called you up and said that to you, what kind of impact would that have on you? Would that affect you, or would you be like, whatever?
Mm. No, that would. What if something happened to your daughter,
See,
for
that's the
example?
thing. But I'm saying is the thoughts are not about the daughter. The thoughts are the stranger calling on the phone. That's what I'm trying to get you to see. The thoughts don't apply to the daughter or to you or to your family or any of that. The thoughts are just the stranger calling on the phone, giving that thought. You're making it
Okay,
about the daughter. You're making it about the family. You're making it personal, is what I'm saying. The thoughts are not
okay,
personal. They're not doing that. The demiurge wants you to believe that the thoughts are personal,
okay, okay.
but we saw through the
But
demiurge already. We already know it's
uh,
an energy game. Yeah.
I am. Uh, I'm not the only one taking this. I guess you meet a lot of people who think the same as me.
Yeah, of course. And many that are not.
Okay.
There's many that see through it, and there's many that don't. Which do you want to be? It's your choice.
Yeah, I want a second.
Then that's it. It's as simple as choosing the power of a choice.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. I have to let it sink in.
Just take it easy. Seriously, just there's really nothing serious going on. All is well. Sometimes we get so emotionally involved in this. And then if we just pause, seriously, if we just pause right now, you look around, what's wrong with right now? Unless I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, but
What's
okay.
wrong?
Now, but for example, now you have also here in the TV news about the Trump
Change the
and
channel. Change the channel.
but
They're Santa
you are not.
thoughts. They're not personal. It's just innocent thoughts.
But
You keep them
if you go,
alive when you give your attention to something. You builds momentum, and then
okay, okay,
another thought will come, another one. But if you just pay it no mind, who cares what it says? Doesn't
but
matter. This
if
piece,
you
I
go
don't want to
out
leave
in
this.
your
I don't want to leave this peace. I don't want to leave this silence. I'm happy marinating in the silence. It's so
But
peaceful
if you
here. It's so
if you
joyful
go,
here.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
But if you go out in your village or hometown, I don't know,
Yeah.
and then people start talking to you about the election, I don't know anything. What
I
if
laugh.
they are okay,
I just sit in
okay,
silence. I'd be like, okay. It's okay. Oh, really? Okay. There's no reaction. It's as if it's just this because I know what I am. It's just I'm the space where it's all happening. So it's neutral. It's neutrality. I'm neutral, I would say. The infinite being is neutral. So I don't allow myself to go anything below neutrality. I stay at neutrality, then I go up to joy, bliss, euphoria, happiness, extreme joy. Like I try to stay in that range. I don't allow thoughts to take me below neutrality. And because you're the infinite being,
okay.
you can control
So
that.
it's really a thought thing.
Huh? Yeah.
It's a
Do
thought
you want to
thing.
believe the thoughts or not? And which thoughts do you want to entertain? That's what it comes down to. Like I said earlier in the call, the difference between someone who's self-realized and someone who's not is the person that's self-realized realizes that the thoughts are fake. The thoughts don't have any meaning. The thoughts aren't personal. The thoughts don't apply with me. They don't care what the thoughts say. They don't take them personal. Someone who's not self-realized believes every thought that comes into their space of consciousness. They believe that they're separate. They believe that they're limited. They believe that all these thoughts that I'm sick or I'm not good enough or I'm limited applies to the real you that you are when it's not because they realize that they're just thoughts. They know what they are, that they're just this. They know what they're not. They know they're not their thoughts. They know they're not their body. And they're okay with whatever is happening in the space of consciousness because they trust and they know that infinite intelligence and infinite love will take care of everything. Because guess what? It's been doing that the whole time anyway. We thought that this separate person, Rob, was controlling it and doing it. I wasn't doing anything. Rob doesn't even exist. It's just the infinite being doing it. Thoughts don't feel. I'm not, Rob's a thought. He's just a string of thoughts, and thoughts don't feel. So therefore, Rob doesn't exist. It's always been taken care of. Everything's been happening fine. Everything's unfolding. I'm okay with being the effortless being and letting things unfold and just trusting and allowing. I could be happy just being in the peace because when I put my attention back on the true me, the true you, it's peaceful here. All is well, really. It's you do that too. Just come back down. Get out of the head, out of the thoughts, and just take a deep breath and all's well, man. You look well. I see you as well. I see you as the infinite being. I see you as self-realized. I see you in your perfection. I see you in your happiness. I see you in your joy. I can't see anything else. I know that's what you are, and I know that deep down you know it too. I know you know it. Your intuition's telling you that. You are it. It's okay. There's no need to struggle or strive anymore. Relax. Just fall back. It's like you're controlling a fight. Just let it go. Just let it all go, man. You'll just fall back and trust.
Yeah, but I have a lifetime from thinking and
That's just another thought. The difference between someone who's self-realized, someone who's not, is the person that's self-realized doesn't believe the thoughts apply to them. And they're okay with the thoughts being there. It's no problem. Love them, welcome them, give them a kiss, give them a hug. Just don't log into them and believe them. That's all. That's
but
it. Simple.
are negative thoughts still coming to you or not?
Yeah, of course. Thoughts come. They come quickly and then they dissipate pretty quickly. Like they'll come into my space of consciousness. And then once I'm aware of it, I'm out of it. The suffering ends or the connection ends. As soon as I become aware, oh, wait, this is a negative thought. Wait, I'm not my thoughts. I'm the space of consciousness where it's taking place. And I see through it, it doesn't have an impact. Like that person, the stranger who called me on the phone, said, I'm not good enough, or whatever, any of those negative thoughts that are on the phone, it doesn't apply to me. I know that. So there's no emotional reaction really. It's just kind of now it's to the point where they just come. They sometimes they're not even coming. They're just going right to the delete box. Delete. It's like the email. Yeah, you have the email, and you have some go right to the spam folder. So a lot of the thoughts are going right to the spam folder. Spam, spam,
but
spam, and then they get deleted
but
because I have my spam folder set up for delete. So they automatically get deleted out, and I just continue to
okay,
remain in this space of beingness, of
but but
perfume of
but
peace.
it took you some while for do this, or
Like I said, when
it
I heard the
came.
words, you are the infinite being, having a human experience, because I already knew I was having a human experience. I was having the experience of, when I was 17, I had cancer. I got chemotherapy.
Oh my
And
God.
then I started questioning, like, why, God? Why would you permit
Yeah,
me to suffer this way? This can't be
yeah,
all
yeah.
there is to life. And I'd look around in people's eyes and I would see them in their, that they were struggling, and they were believe they were miserable, and they were unhappy, and there was efforting, and it was a pipe dream to believe that you could be happy and joyful. And then when I heard David's word, you are the infinite being having a human experience, it all made sense. Everything clicked into place. I realized the whole time that I was sitting here, that which is sitting here noticing it all was me. I was the consciousness. I was the infinite being. I was whole. I was complete. I was healthy. I was joyful. I didn't need anything. I had just mistaken that I was this guy, Rob, that thought he was sick through the thoughts. And that was never the case. I was always remaining as the pristine infinite being, watching and noticing the movie going on. It was never the me. It was never me the whole time. It was always the pristine infinite being just watching it all. And that came and went and came. Now I just rest in the silence, and the perfume of peace is here in the background, no matter what's happening in the manifestation. It's okay. Because the infinite being peering out, like we said, through the different bodies is never touched by anything happening. So anything happening here is just consciousness doing its thing. And it's okay because nothing's harmed by it. All is well. Everyone is
Okay.
healthy. Everyone is happy. I see everyone in their perfection. I see everyone as the infinite being. I see them in their wellness. I see them in the potential of what they are. I know they're just playing a game right now, pretending that they're separate, pretending that they have all these problems. I know it's just a game they're playing. I don't know why. I don't need to know why. I don't know if it's maybe for entertainment or it's a game that consciousness is playing, but it's
Okay.
okay. It's okay. That's what true freedom is. True love is allowing everything and being okay with it and loving everything unconditionally. And true freedom is being able to be, do, and have anything you want, whether that some people view it as, some people want to play the sick game, some people want to play the hero game, the fun game, the party game. I don't know. Whatever they want to do, it's all allowed. You have the freedom to be
But
sick.
okay.
You have the freedom to do whatever you want.
So you played at your 17 years old. You
Yeah,
played the sick game.
I guess. Because consciousness was doing that.
Why?
And but
Why are you doing that to you?
consciousness was never sick though. Consciousness can't
Okay.
get
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Yeah. Consciousness can't
But
get sick.
but
Consciousness can't suffer because it's impersonal. It's not personal. I made it personal. Consciousness made it personal by pretending that there was this separate person, Rob, that I was just this body of flesh, that that's all I was. And it didn't know any better. It didn't know that it was the meteor part of me, the big part of me is consciousness, which is all whole and complete, that this was just an experience and that nothing was harmed by it. I didn't know that then. Nobody told me that. I didn't realize that. I mean, people might have
yeah.
told me, but I didn't know that for myself, but I know it now. You are the infinite being. You're just having a human experience. All is well. And then things automatically get well when you know
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And that's what happened to me. I had the
Okay.
chemotherapy for 6 months, or Rob had the whatever the dream was, had it for 6 months, and I've been fine ever since.
Oh, how old are you now, if I may ask?
Hodgkin's disease, you ever hear of that? Hodgkin's disease?
Yes, yes, yes. I've heard
Yeah,
about it.
like the lymph
But
nodes,
but
and I had
but
it throughout my body, the liver, the spleen. I was stage 3B, is what the doctor said. So it was in a
Okay,
lot of my
okay.
organs and stuff. And then what's really funny is the doctor that I had,
You
um,
get you had chemotherapy or something,
chemotherapy.
or
Yeah, it's like these
okay,
drugs they put
okay.
in your veins, and when you take them, they make you sick, like you throw up.
Yeah, yeah,
And I had to go for like CAT scans.
yeah.
I had to go for CAT scans like a lot, but then I would just go like once a year, and then eventually, the doctors were like, "Okay, well, you don't need to come back anymore. The blood tests and all the CAT scans look fine." And I said, "Well, how do I know when I'm cured?" The doctor said to me, he said, he goes, "When you're sitting on your rocking chair and you're 100 years old or whatever, and you can sit there and say, 'Oh, I guess I'm cured.'"
Okay, okay. How old are you now, if I may ask?
55.
Okay, I'm 53.
Oh, okay. So I'm a little older than you. I'm like your older brother. But no,
Okay.
seriously, all's well. You know what? And when I think back, what that taught me is going through cancer and the suffering. It really woke me up because I feel like if that didn't happen, I would never start seeking, and
Yes,
I would never start questioning what I am. I would just remain as that.
yes,
So in a way, it did me
I
a favor.
understand
Like I
that.
really believe that suffering like helps people wake up to what they truly are. Because I would never go on a search, and I would never realize,
Yeah, yeah.
what I truly am. So in a way, it's waking you up to say, because your intuition knows it's like a little prod waking you up saying, "Come on, this isn't what you are. This isn't your full potential. You're not realizing what you truly are. You're the infinite being, your infinite consciousness." These are all words I'm using to point to you to say that sense of existence that's here, this sense of aliveness, this sense of consciousness, that's what it is. And it's okay. It's impersonal. It's just here. That's what you are.
Yeah,
You're the
yeah.
aliveness.
And what do
You're
you
the
think
sun.
about other existences, aliens, or how what you want to call it?
I don't know. I just kind of lose interest in those thoughts. Like those thoughts will come. They used to come a lot more, but now it's to the point where I kind of lost interest in those things. It's because when you know what you are as the infinite being, the perfume of peace, when you're already whole and you're complete and you're peaceful, it's like you just don't want for things. It's just kind of like, it's kind of like a king's cup that's filled up, overflowing. Does he really want more in there? I mean, I don't know. He's already got everything.
Okay,
He's full. Like I'm full. I'm really full. I can't have another bite. I don't want another bite. I'm cool. Like I'm all right, man. Like I'm good. Like I don't need to know that stuff. Like it's just why would I want to know that? I don't want to leave this place that I'm at because I know what I am, and it's like paradise on earth right here, heaven on earth. Why would you want to leave that? Why would you want to entertain other thoughts? I don't know, man. I just don't have the
yeah,
energy for
yeah,
that.
and
You know what I mean?
because
Like it's cool. Like once
you
you get to that place, it's like, why?
yeah, yeah, because
I'm
you
not
feel very cool.
interested. You know? It's not, it doesn't, it's
But
got to
but
really excite me to make me want to entertain that. You know what I mean?
but your children or your wife also understand this or are the
Uh,
same
not,
level?
not really. I mean, I would say, I don't know if they really understand it. Probably not,
Ah, okay.
but I'm okay with that. It's okay. It's okay.
But sometimes I've read the gurus from India, Nisargadatta, etc.
Yeah.
Uh, Long ago, people go visit in there, and then they are near the guru, and they get enlightened like this.
Yeah. Just like
Why
you did.
why that you think?
You're enlightened right now. Let me ask you, would you rather have enlightenment or happiness?
Happiness.
Me too. So who cares about enlightenment? You're already happy, right?
uh, I'm I'm happy you say.
You're happy. I can tell. I can see it. You know what you are. You're the impersonal silence, and the silence is peaceful and it's happy and it's joyful. You are that. You are happiness, pretending that you're not.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I not feel it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think I have to now. I can understand the book. The book better. I think.
Good. Take it easy, relax. Everything will be revealed to
Okay.
you.
Okay.
There's also thoughts will come, but who cares, right? Who cares what they say? They'll say things to you, but don't matter. And they'll eventually just dissipate and fall away. And you can just relax now and in your beingness, in your
Okay. Okay.
consciousness, and just relax. All is well, and just know that all is well, and just marinate in this joy of knowing what you are, the joy of being. There's a joy and a peace
Okay.
in being, and just being, knowing that everything's whole and complete, and your cup is full. And that happiness, you are happiness.
Okay.
Identify with
Okay.
that. All is well, man. I'm telling you, all is good. I see you as perfect health, perfect being, beautiful being. That's what I see.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for
Much
this
love to
talk.
you. Much love. There's love here.
Okay. Thank you
Dwell in the
very much.
love. Stay in the love. Yep. You are love.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.